The story of the boy who broke his face. Imagine you're at the peak of your life. You're a talented high school baseball player, one of the best in your state. Your entire identity, your future is tied to this one thing you do better than anyone else. And then, in a single freak moment, it's all gone. This isn't just a story. This happened to a young man who, on the last day of his college, had a baseball bat fly into his face. The damage was catastrophic. His nose was broken. He had multiple skull fractures. His brain began to swell dangerously. In one eye, the eyeball itself was pushed out of the socket. He was put into a medically induced coma. When he woke up, he had lost his sense of smell. For months, he couldn't even walk in a straight line. His dream of being a pro baseball player was shattered. Along with his face, his confidence was completely destroyed. He was, in his own words, a broken person. He managed to get into a university and he felt like a ghost. He knew he needed to get his life back in order, but the goal of being a great athlete again was too big. It was paralyzing. So he decided to do something incredibly small, something almost insultingly simple. He promised himself he would do one thing that would make him feel in control. He decided to make his bed every single morning. That's it. That was the habit. It wasn't do 100 push-ups or study for 8 hours. It was just make the bed. It was a tiny, insignificant win. But it was a win. And it was the first thing he did every day. And then a strange thing started to happen. That one tiny feeling of success in the morning started to bleed into the rest of his day. Because he'd made his bed, his room felt a little cleaner. Because his room was cleaner, he felt more inclined to sit and finish his assignments. Because he had the discipline to make his bed, he found the discipline to go to the gym, even when he didn't feel like it. He didn't start by trying to be the best player again. He just focused on showing up. Then he focused on lifting a little more weight than last week. Small, tiny, almost invisible improvements. By his junior year, he was a starter on the team. By his senior year, he was the team captain and was named to the ESPN Academic All-America team, an honor given to only 33 players across the country. The boy with the broken face and shattered confidence had become a leader and a top scholar athlete. That young man's name is James Clear. And that one tiny habit of making his bed didn't just clean his room, it rewired his brain. It taught him the most powerful secret of personality development. Success is not about giant leaps. It's the product of tiny daily habits that stack on top of each other until a miracle happens. He didn't see the miracle coming. He just made his bed. He just went to the gym. He just studied one more hour. And one day, he woke up and realized he had become a completely different person. He is the author of this world famous book, Atomic Habits. Now, why did we start this video with a story? Because there is a lesson in the story. I'll tell you which one. What if I told you that the number one thing holding you back from achieving what you want is setting goals? For our entire lives, we were told, set big goals. Dream big. But what if that's actually a terrible advice? James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, which I'm sure you've heard of, argues that you should almost completely forget about your goals. Instead, you need to focus on one thing, your systems. I'll tell you why we need to stop focusing on our goals and not build goals and not run after our goals. And I will tell you the other strategy. Now, here are a few problems with setting goals. Problem number one. Winners and losers have the same goals. Every Olympian wants to win a gold medal. Every job applicant wants to get the job. The goal itself doesn't differentiate the winner from the loser. Having a goal is like wanting to win the game. The system, how you practice or how you train or how you play is what actually makes the difference here. What differentiates between a loser and a winner, the person who actually gets the job and person who doesn't. Problem number 2 is achieving a goal is only a momentary change. Goals are like a finish line, once it is achieved, you've already crossed the line. What happens after you cross it? Let's take an example. I need to lose 10 kgs before my wedding. For 3 months, the person follows an extreme diet and a punishing workout schedule. Their motivation is the wedding photos, the lehenga fitting, and what relatives will say, and how they will look like in that lehenga, and how will the makeup suit them and stuff. Now, here's the problem. The wedding happens, the festivities are full of rich food. The moment the goal is achieved, the wedding is over. The motivation vanishes almost instantly. The diet is abandoned. That's the next step. Of course, most people make that mistake. The gym membership expires, and within 6 months, the weight is often regained because the habits were temporary and tied to a single fleeting event, an event that you knew is going to be over. Now, let's look at the other strategy, a system-based approach. Why we need to build systems rather than building on goals. The focus shifts from the wedding to a new identity. Instead of saying, I have my wedding approaching, I have to look good at my wedding, which is a goal, I say to myself, I am a person who is fit and healthy. Now, the system is, I will go for a 30-minute walk every morning, or I will eat a plate of salad before lunch every single day. Now, this is a lifestyle, not a crash course, because you're not just chasing a goal. Now you are becoming somebody else. You're making a system that is suitable for your life and will last you a lifetime, can last you a lifetime. So weight loss becomes a natural and permanent result of good system. Another example is cleaning a messy room. The goal is to clean a room, but if you don't have a system for tidying up regularly, it will just get messy every time again and again. The moment it is clean, the next day it's going to be dirty again. But what if you set a system? I take my own example. Whatever is moved from its original place has to go back to its original place after the work is done. My clothes, the moment they are worn and I come back to my room and I take them off, I fold them and instantly keep it back to the place they had come from. This is a simple system that I've set for myself. My room is always tidy. Problem number 3 is goals. They restrict your happiness. Really? Yes, they do. A goal-oriented mindset creates an if-then trap. If I achieve my goal, then I will be happy. So what actually happens is, till the time you achieve your goal, you're not happy because your goal is not achieved and you're only and only focusing on the finish line. You're not looking at your daily steps. This means you spend most of your time in a state of pre-success failure. So that means till the time the success is met, you're a failure. So everyday effort is done by somebody who's a failure because the goal is still not achieved. This constant feeling like you haven't made it yet, what you're doing is you're delaying happiness until you hit an arbitrary milestone. It's a milestone that you created for yourself. And now that milestone is defining your happiness. It's not letting you be happy in the moment because you're always looking at a goal which is still far from where you're standing. I have a beautiful song that describes this situation. I remember suggesting it to somebody in my team because this person was making this mistake. This song is O Ashika in the movie 99 Songs. Okay, it is from that movie by A.R. Rahman. Listen to that song. The lyrics are hard. You probably will not get it in the first time. If you listen to it 3 or 4 times, you will get the meaning behind the song, meaning behind the lyrics. And this song perfectly fits this scenario. I'll give you a little line. Hooron ki chahat mein amrit piya, to kya piya, o pyasya. So it means that if you are drinking amrit, taking amrit, but only to see angels one day, only in the lust of seeing angels, that amrit is a waste for you because the focus is shifted from that moment to the reward. That moment is lost when you're getting to drink amrit, which most people don't get. So you're getting something that is exceptional, but the beauty is lost because your focus is somewhere else. You're focusing on angels. Listen to this song. It's one of my most favorite ones. It's amazing if you get the lyrics. Problem number 4, let's get to that. Let's talk about that. The problem is that goals are at odds with the long-term progress. They don't last long. A goal creates a yo-yo effect. You understand the yo-yo effect? You work hard to achieve it, then you relax. Progress isn't linear. So it's like you get to it and then it's over. And now another goal, you get to it and the progress is, it finishes, you're back to your old ways. You're back to your old habits. The progress is not linear. I'll give you an example to make you understand yo-yo effect. It's a classic example and it is widely seen and observed everywhere. People lose weight and then they gain it back. They lose weight, gain it back. Lose weight, gain it back. It keeps coming back on their body. This is yo-yo effect. So the progress is not final. It's momentary. And why is this happening? It's happening because you had a finish line, you achieved it, and every effort that was going in that direction is no more required. So now you don't want to hurt yourself. The motivation is lost. And since the motivation is lost, you don't want to take the pain anymore. So you go back to your old ways. You go back to all your bad habits that you had worked so hard on overcoming. And now they're all back in your life. On the contrary, a system-based approach promotes continuous improvement. It's not about one single outcome. It's about staying on the path. You change your lifestyle. You make lifestyle changes. You're not rushing after goals. Rather, you're nurturing your system. You're making it better. You're improving the system. Now let's talk about the solution. Okay, what is a system? Let's first understand that. A system is the process that leads to the results. It's the collection of your daily habits. What you are as a person, what you do every day is who you are. It's what you do on a regular basis. That is a system. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. It's a quote. It's a beautiful one. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Whatever is your system that you've built with effort is who you are. The goals you've achieved, it was probably that person in that moment who did that. But the real question is, are you still that person? Chances are no, because the goal was achieved, you went back to your old ways. You're not that person. You are your system. Now here's a system. Goal is to publish a book. This is my goal. I want to publish a book of my own. Now, on the contrary, a system is, this is the same thing but put differently, okay? I will write 500 words every day at 8 a.m. in the morning. Another example. I want to lose 10 kgs weight. This is a goal. System is, I will go to the gym 3 times a week and eat a protein-rich breakfast every morning. Now, this is a system. Again, third example. Goal is to become a successful YouTuber. What can be a system? A system is research, script, and publish one high-quality video every single week. This is a system. So as you can see, it's pretty evident. When you focus on goals, your focus is on the finish line. But when you focus on system, your focus is on your daily efforts, on becoming a better person. This makes all the difference. Let's talk about the benefits of a system-first approach. Benefit number 1 is you focus on the process and not the price. When you focus on the system, you can find satisfaction in the daily work. You're not waiting for permission to be happy or successful. Did you follow your system today? Yes. Then today was a success. This builds momentum. You're happy every day. You're not waiting for that one day when you're allowed to be happy. You are allowing yourself to be a happy person every single day. Why? Because you followed your system. Your goal is only to follow your system that you've set for every day. Benefit number 2 is it connects to the 1% better rule. Your system is what allows you to get 1% better every day. Now, this is not my words. This is James Clear's words. Okay. By showing up and doing the reps in a gym, you're compounding your gains over time. The goal is just a target in the distance. The system is the engine that is driving you there. Benefit number 3 of following a system-first approach is systems are for life. A writer doesn't stop writing once the book is published. A healthy person doesn't stop eating well once they hit a target weight. Nobody does that, believe me. The moment target weight is hit, they are even more motivated. They don't stop at that level and they don't start eating junk after that. Nobody, no sane person would do that. The system becomes a part of their identity. They become that system, as I told you. So here are a few practical steps that can actually work for you. Step number 1 is to pick a goal you have. It could be, I want to be fluent at English. I want to marry the love of my life. I want to take a trip to Switzerland with my parents. I want to gift my little brother something. Could be anything. Okay, just pick a goal that you have. Step number 2 is to forget the goal for a moment. Okay, just get it out of your mind for a moment. So let's take the example of me trying to get better at English, okay? Improve my fluency. Instead of setting a goal that I want to be fluent at English, how about I ask myself, what is the system an English speaking person would follow? Okay? Ask myself that question. Step number 3 is to design a simple, repeatable system, something that I can follow regularly. Example, my system is to complete one lesson of an English course every day during my lunch break, or I will practice with a language partner for 15 minutes twice a day. Anything, you design the system. You're free to do it. It's your system. You're the owner. Step number 4 is focus all your energy on executing the system. Don't worry about whether you're fluent yet. Just ask yourself, did I follow my system today? If yes, it's a win. So, goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are what actually make progress. Stop obsessing over the finish line and fall in love with the process of showing up every day. Build a system and the goals will take care of themselves. Don't forget to listen to the song I told you about. It's from the movie 99 Songs. I think I'm taking the right name. Yes, 99 Songs. The name of the song is O Ashika. It's a beautiful song. Go listen to it. In the comments below, tell me one goal you have and the simple system you're going to build to achieve it. I'd love to hear what you're coming up with. And if you got value from this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more life-changing lessons. And please share this video with one person that you care about. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next one. कैसे पुकारूं कैसे